Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Brown's Cooking Show. I am going to invite some folks to come in, so if you lose the picture of me for a second, don't worry about it. We're going to invite a bunch of people to come in here. Woohoo! Okay, invite. Well, there's a lot of people that are looking at it. I'm inviting. All right, invited a bunch of people to come in. Hello, hello. Hey, Becky. Hey, Patty. Hey, Scott. How you doing? All right, good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for joining Brown's Cooking Show today. We're coming to you a day early because I'm not going to be able to do the show on Thursday like I normally do. So we're actually doing it a day early today. And we're going to do a orange shrimp and vegetable stir fry. And I've already got our rice going here, so that'll be ready by the time the stir fry is done. This is a really quick meal to make, and I'm doing it with already cooked shrimp that I picked up from Sam's this weekend. So you can get a bag of already cooked shrimp and be able to use those. I like to keep the tail on them because I think it adds a little bit of flavor and it adds a little bit of fun as you go through and eat it, because you got to, pick up the shrimp and eat it and get the tail off of it. So we're going to throw this together really quickly. We're just getting some more people that are coming on. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Please like and share this video, and let's get the word out about the cooking show. And I'm having a whole lot of fun doing it. Hey, Helen, how you doing? Thank you, Scott. Hey, Alicia, how you doing? All right, so we've got a bunch of viewers on. Before we start tonight on this orange shrimp and vegetable stir fry, I want to throw a very special thank you out to everybody, because on my last feed last week, on my last live, I had 326 views on my video. 326 views. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? It amazed me to see that many people coming out and watching it. And I know that the more we do it, the more it's going to take off and the more people are going to watch it. And I really appreciate all of you that have started with me and that are sharing this video out. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Hey, Jennifer. And, really getting the word out. Hey, Dave, how you doing? So thank you very much. We're already up to 8 live viewers today. If we get to 15 live viewers today at any point, hey Lisa, how you doing? We'll do a special giveaway to all, a special drawing for a giveaway for all the live viewers that tune in. And we are going to do a special giveaway later tonight for everybody who viewed the video last week. We got a list of all the views, and we're going to pick a live winner out of that. And we're going to have somebody to get a little gift out of that just for getting above that 300. So stay tuned for that. I'll actually go live later tonight and say who won that. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're up to 9 live viewers. Thank you. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? All right. So we're going to make orange shrimp vegetable stir fry tonight. A really fast dish to make. We're going to go ahead and put the heat under our 6-quart rock crock here. And we're going to cook this on a high heat. So it's going to cook pretty quickly. So we're just going to wait for this to heat up a little bit, and then we're going to pour oil in it. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please share and like this video. The show is just taking off. I'm having a great time doing it. I hope you guys hear the enthusiasm in my voice and what we're doing. I really am having a great time and showing everybody what I'm doing. And if you have any special diet restrictions or recipes that you'd like to see, things you'd like to see, please shoot me a message on Facebook. Let me know. I know I've had a couple of requests for a couple of quinoa recipes, and I've got one coming up next week. Next week, just a little preview. Next week, we're actually going to do something with quinoa because I've had 2 or 3 requests for something to do with quinoa, so we're going to throw that in next week. A little bit of preview for you. All right, so that pan's just starting to warm up now. The rock crocks, they take a little bit longer to warm up because they're nice and thick. So I probably should have turned that on while I was yakking earlier, but I was so excited about telling you about the massive amount of participation we've had and the views that I've been getting on the show. Thank you, everybody. It's all because you guys are watching it and sharing it out. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? And getting the word out there about it, and people are looking at it and helping us out. So thank you very much for that. So today we're going to use a little bit of avocado oil. I'm going away from olive oil on this one because we're going to sear this stuff pretty fast. So we're going to do it on a little bit higher temperature. And hey, Barb, how you doing? So if I was to use olive oil, which would be very healthy to use, it has a very, very low smoke point. So if you try to sear something with olive oil, you're going to end up smoking up your kitchen and setting off all the smoke detectors. If we use avocado oil has almost the same flavor as your olive oil, but it has a much, much higher smoke point. So you can actually sear with avocado oil like you would not be able to do with your olive oil. So we're getting that pretty hot, and we're getting that a little hot in there. So we're just going to pour the avocado oil in the bottom. We're probably going to have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil in there, or I'm sorry, avocado oil in there, and just kind of let that warm up a little bit. That's getting there. And this recipe actually calls for the juice of 1 fresh orange. So I've juiced 1 orange, but also along with the juice of the orange. Hey Cecil, how you doing? We are also going to put the orange skins in there. So what I've done is these are actually the oranges after I've juiced them, and I just squeezed the juice out of them. And we're actually going to put these in first. So we're just going to lay those right down there in our pan. I've just cut them into quarters. Actually, that's a little bit more in quarters, but cut them into quarters, and we're just going to get those down in the pan. And we're actually going to use those skins to flavor that oil a little bit. So before we put anything else in, we just want to give these skins and these orange pieces just a chance to kind of heat up in that oil, because we're actually using that for a flavor profile inside of our oil. All right, so we're just going to stir those around. I want to give my rice a little stir here. So we're just going to take the lid off of that, spin the handle around here, give that a little stir. My rice is actually already done. So we're going to put the lid back on it. Turn the heat off completely on that. Let that just sit there. That'll stay nice and warm in that pot. And we can just hear those oranges starting to sizzle a little bit in there. And that's the idea. We just want to get a little bit of flavor, actually infuse some flavor into the oil off of the, hey Linda, how you doing? Off of the oranges into that oil. All right, so that's starting to flavor that up a little bit right there. Now, we're going to put our lemon zest in. This is the zest of 1 whole lemon. We're just using the zest of the lemon. We're not using the juice this time because we want the flavor of the sauce to contain that orange, but we want a little bit of tartness off of the lemon to give us that flavor. So we're going to dump that lemon in there, and the ingredients are going to start coming hard and fast now. So we'll get this recipe posted out as well, but don't know if it'll be tonight, but we'll get it out there. So we'll just get that lemon in there, start that stirring around, and by doing that, we're also infusing that lemon zest flavor into that oil. All right. So Now we're going to add our orange juice in. This is the squeezed juice out of one orange. We're going to add that in there. Hey Hannah, how you doing? Good of you to join. All right, give that a little stir. We can start to hear that kind of sizzle in there. Outstanding. All right, now we're going to use 2 tablespoons of orange marmalade. Okay, this is organic orange marmalade. And we're just going to dump it down in there. 1 tablespoon. And 2 tablespoons. Provided it comes out of the spoon. There you go. All right. Give that a quick stir down in there too. Start to see that marmalade start to break down in there. All right. Now we're going to add in our last wet ingredient. Well, one of our last wet ingredients. This is a combination of 1/3 cup of soy sauce with about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Add that down into the bottom there. This pan's already hot, so we're going to start to see that kind of bubble immediately. We want to wait for that to get nice and hot and start bubbling. And that'll start to break down all of our marmalade that we just put in there and everything else. We're going to give that just a minute to come down. We've got some dry ingredients that we're going to add, and then we're going to start to add in our vegetables. And our shrimp are going to go in at the very end, because remember, I'm actually using cooked shrimp that I got at Sam's. So these are already cooked, so we don't want them to cook too long. The whole idea is we just want them in here long enough to heat up, because if you overcook those shrimp, you're going to be chewing on rubber when you eat this tonight. So you want to make sure you don't overcook the shrimp. All right. So now that that's starting to bubble up a little bit, it's really starting to smell good in here. This is one of those dishes that you can make. Let's be honest. Today work ran a little long. I was late getting home. Obviously, you can see I was late getting on the show. Hey, Paul, how you doing? But this is a dish that you can make very quickly. It's going to take us maybe 10 minutes to make it, and that's just because I'm talking for a long time. All right, so dry ingredients we're going to put in. We're going to put in a teaspoon of ground ginger. So we've got our teaspoon of ground ginger, and we're just going to dump that in there. Set that off to the side, give that a little stir around in there. All right. And that's it. You're actually going to notice that that's going to change the color of your sauce. If you looked at this before, that sauce that's down there was going to be really dark. But when you add that teaspoon of ginger in there, it's really going to lighten that up. And you're still getting the flavor off of those orange peels and that you put in there. All right, so now we're going to add in our vegetables. Very simple vegetables. Actually, you can add any vegetables you really want to this. I'm doing it with bamboo shoots and snow peas because I really like the contrast in the color and the snappiness that you get from those. But you can add broccoli into this, grated carrots, whatever you want you can add into this. It's a very versatile dish. So we're just going to dump our bamboo shoots in there. All right, give those a quick stir. Like I said, we're not going to cook this very long. We just want it long enough to heat it up and get the flavor. All right. Those bamboo shoots are in there. Now we're going to dump our snow peas in there. All right, the snow peas are in there. Moving around, get them kind of sauced up in the sauce. Let them make sure they get all mixed up in there. Everybody in the pool, everybody wants to get wet with the sauce. Everybody's swimming in the pool. Okay, now we're just going to cover this up real quickly. We've got this on a high heat, so we don't want to leave it too long. All right, but we're just going to cover that up real quickly. We're going to use some of the steam off of those vegetables to actually create more heat and get those vegetables heated up quicker. Now, important thing to notice, what did we not put in this? If you notice, we didn't put any salt in this. We don't need to put salt in this. We used soy sauce. It's plenty enough salt within the soy sauce to be able to season the dish, and we don't want to overpower it with salt. So we did not put any extra salt in this, but we're going to be plenty good enough with what's in there. So this is what I'm talking about. These are the shrimp. They're actually pretty good sized shrimp. Got these down at Sam's Club this weekend. They come with the tail on them. I actually like to cook them with the tail on them because I think it adds a little extra flavor, and besides it's just fun to eat them when they come out because you actually got to pick them up and eat with your hands. And you know what? It's fun to eat with your hands. That's why we did it as kids, because it was fun. All right, so notice just by putting the lid on there for just a little bit that sauce has started to boil up, which is exactly what we wanted it to do. And now we're going to dump our shrimp in there. Boom, dump those shrimp down in there and just kind of stir them around in there. We want to get everybody in the pool, everybody sauced up. Not that kind of sauced up. Drinking time comes later, come on. Not that kind of sauced up. All right, I'm gonna sauce them up a little bit in there. Okay, so we're gonna throw that lid back on there for just a minute. And then we're gonna add our last ingredient. And this is the ingredient that you can put as little or as much as you want in. We're gonna put in some sriracha. We just wanna add a little bit of heat to that. We wanna balance out the sweet. We use the orange marmalade, that's sweet. We use the orange juice, that's sweet. Actually, the lemons are a little sweet too. And we use the orange rinds, which is gonna add another layer of sweetness to the dish. So we wanna even that out. How do we even that out? We even that out with a little bit of heat. So if you like it really hot, you can put a lot in there. If you like it medium, a little bit less. All right. So we got that going right there, starting to bubble up a little bit. Oh, that's looking good, smelling good, feeling good. I'm telling you, one day I'm going to invent smell-o-vision. Y'all laugh at me, y'all think it's funny, but one day I'm going to invent smell-o-vision, and you're going to be able to smell this over the live. I wish somebody would do it, because 300 views, if we had smell-o-vision over it, be a lot more than 300. All right, so we're going to add in our last ingredient, and that's a little bit of the sriracha. I'm just going to do about a tablespoon. Give that a little bit of a mix. That is looking good. All right. All right. Almost done. I'm going to put the lid on it for just a second. We're going to go ahead and serve this up. First, we're going to serve up a little bit of our rice. All right. And I'll show you a little trick with doing this. We're going to put the rice up here on the plate. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the back of the spoon and just push it down in the rice, kind of flatten it out, and almost make a little bowl. Let's make a little bowl right there. Just kind of push it down in there. Make a little spot. And that's where we're going to set our shrimp and vegetable stir fry. All right. Now I want to point out I did this in the Pampered Chef Rock Crock that I love so much, but you can do this in a wok. You can do it in a cast iron skillet. You can do it in whatever you have. It works everywhere. All right. So we're going to go ahead and serve some of this up. Just kind of plate it right up there in the middle of those. Make sure you don't get those orange peels in there. Nobody wants to eat an orange peel. All right. Just serve it right up in there. Make sure you get plenty of those vegetables in there. If one or two get away on the side, that's okay. Serve that up in there. And right there, look at that. Right there, you've got a nice, healthy meal. And we cooked this whole thing. If I wasn't yakking, you probably could have cooked this whole thing in 10 minutes. Less than 20 bucks. You got enough food there for a family of 4. It's a fast meal. It's a healthy meal. Everything in there is natural, organic, and ready to go for you. So, I'm going to get to eating this because I'm tired of smelling it because it smells really good. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hey James, how you doing? Hey Robert, how you doing? Sorry I missed some people that came in. Debbie, David. You know, sometimes it's hard to see the screen when people come in, but I appreciate everybody who's logged in and seen the video. Please continue to like and share these videos. Put them out there on Facebook. We're having a heck of a time doing this show. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Tune in, watch for my video later today. I'll give away that gift that I'm giving away for getting over 300 views last week. We're going to set the goal a little bit higher this week. If we get to 400 views this week, 400 views before next Thursday, we're going to give away another gift randomly to one of the viewers. So thank you everybody. Hey Amanda, how you doing? All right, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Watch this video over again. Cook this recipe for yourself. I guarantee you're going to love it. Thank you for tuning in and good eating.